The hidden truth of the universe. We are not alone. The universe is not an empty place. For centuries, human beings have looked up at the sky, wondering if we are alone. That question is not only philosophical, it is also scientific. As technology has advanced, our ability to observe the farthest corners of the cosmos has revealed something astonishing. The universe is full of planets. The numbers are overwhelming. In our own galaxy, the Milky Way, it is estimated that there are more than 100 billion planets. Many of them orbit within the habitable zone of their stars, that narrow range of distance where liquid water could exist, an essential element for life as we know it. For years, astronomers focused on searching for planets similar to Earth, thinking that life must resemble our own. But that approach has changed. Today, it is believed that life could develop under very different, even extreme conditions. On our own planet, scientists have found living organisms in unthinkable places, in underwater volcanoes, in the icy layers of Antarctica, and even inside nuclear reactors. These beings, known as extremophiles, have expanded the definition of what is considered a habitable environment. And if life can adapt to such conditions here, why not elsewhere in the cosmos? That is the logic behind current exploration missions. Mars, Europa, Enceladus, and Titan are some of the celestial bodies where scientists are searching for signs of life past or present. Not because they imitate Earth, but because they present basic ingredients such as water, organic compounds, and energy sources. Each new discovery raises a troubling possibility. Perhaps we are not the exception, but the rule. Perhaps life is not a cosmic rarity, but an inevitable consequence of natural laws. If that is true, then the existence of other forms of life in the universe is not only possible but probable. And the most unsettling thought is that these life forms could be so different from us that we might not even recognize them. Signals from space we still don't understand. For more than half a century, humanity has been sending and receiving radio signals into outer space. The SETI project, which stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, has been at the forefront of this effort. Using giant radio telescopes, scientists scan the sky in search of patterns that cannot be explained by natural phenomena. And although most results have been cosmic noise, some puzzling signals have left a mark on scientific history. The most famous of all is the so-called WOW signal, detected in 1977 by a radio telescope in Ohio. It was an intense, perfectly structured burst that lasted 72 seconds. Its intensity and composition were unlike anything produced by known phenomena. The astronomer who discovered it wrote "wow" in the margins of the record, thus giving a name to a mystery that remains unsolved. Decades later, nothing similar has ever been detected again from that same spot in the sky. But that has not been the only anomaly. Over the years, scientists have detected fast radio bursts known as FRBs, which appear suddenly, last mere milliseconds, and vanish without a trace. Some of these bursts originate from distant galaxies and are so powerful that they release more energy in an instant than our sun does in several days. While many scientists propose natural causes such as pulsars or magnetars, other researchers do not rule out the possibility that some may have an artificial origin. Added to this is the discovery of objects with impossible trajectories, such as Oumuamua, an interstellar body that passed through our solar system in 2017. Its speed, shape, and acceleration baffled astronomers. While official theories describe it as a fragment from a distant planet, some experts have suggested it could be an interstellar probe sent by an advanced civilization. And although none of these signals have conclusively proven that we are not alone, they all point to the same conclusion. The universe behaves in ways we still don't fully understand. And that keeps open the most unsettling possibility of all, that something, or someone, out there, has already noticed us. Extraterrestrial biology is not science fiction. While popular imagination has shaped alien beings through cinema and literature, science has begun to seriously consider what life beyond Earth might actually look like. Astrobiology is a modern field that is not based on speculation, but on the analysis of extreme conditions in which life has proven it can develop. What's most surprising is that these conditions are not exclusive to our planet. In the depths of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches and temperatures hover near absolute zero, there are bacteria that survive by feeding on sulfur and methane. In acidic lakes and environments with high levels of radiation, organisms have also been found that reproduce, mutate, and evolve. These are the so-called extremophiles creatures that have redefined the notion of what is necessary to live. Thanks to them, we now know that life can emerge and thrive in environments very different from Earth's surface. Such discoveries have led scientists to look with new eyes towards certain places in our solar system. Enceladus and Europa, two ice-covered moons orbiting Jupiter and Saturn, have underground oceans. Analysis of the geysers escaping from their surfaces indicates the presence of organic compounds, internal heat, and liquid water. These conditions are reminiscent of Earth's underwater ecosystems, where life exists without the need for oxygen or sunlight. Mars, for its part, remains an enigma. While there is no liquid water on its surface, recent missions have detected hydrated salts and organic compounds that suggest that, at some point, the red planet may have had habitable environments. Some theories propose that if life ever existed on Mars, it may have taken refuge beneath the surface, protected from radiation, in the form of simple but well-adapted microorganisms. The existence of extraterrestrial biology does not need to resemble our own. It could be based on a different element, such as silicon instead of carbon, or use liquids like methane instead of water. And if we consider the thousands of exoplanets discovered in recent decades, it's not hard to imagine that somewhere among them, the conditions arose for something completely different, and yet still alive. If we are not alone, what does that mean for humanity? The possibility that life exists beyond Earth is not only a scientific question, it is an idea that shakes the philosophical, religious, and cultural foundations on which we have built our identity as a species. For millennia, humans have believed themselves to be the center of creation. However, if life, even the most minimal form, were discovered in another corner of the universe, we would have to rethink many things. Is the concept that we are unique still valid? What place do we truly occupy in the cosmos? In the scientific field, the discovery of extraterrestrial life would represent a colossal leap. It would validate the hypothesis that life is not an anomaly, but a natural consequence when certain conditions are met. This would drive new exploration missions, from advanced astrobiology to interstellar engineering. But at the same time, it would place a delicate issue on the table: contact. Because if there is life, there could be intelligence. And what if that intelligence is older, more advanced, and more powerful than ours? Human history has shown that contact between civilizations with different levels of development has rarely been peaceful. In most cases, it has resulted in exploitation, subjugation, or destruction. If we were ever to establish contact with an extraterrestrial species, ethical and security questions would be as important as scientific ones. Should we respond? Should we hide? Can we handle the consequences of being discovered? From another perspective, the knowledge that we are not alone could foster a deeper sense of unity among the peoples of Earth. Political, cultural, or religious differences might seem insignificant in the face of the discovery of another form of life. The awareness of a shared humanity could grow stronger, creating a new global narrative, one not centered on nations, but on the species as a whole. In the end, the true value of exploring the universe lies not only in what we discover out there, but in what those discoveries reveal about ourselves. Because looking toward the stars is also a way of looking inward. And when science dares to imagine the unknown, it reminds us that in this vast cosmos, every question is an opportunity to grow as a civilization. If you have been fascinated by this exploration of the universe and its mysteries, subscribe to Mid-Blown Space so you don't miss any new discoveries.